Hello there. For today, I'm going to go through my red scraps here and just punch stuff out because I had this bag and all of this stuff was in there. So I thought, you know what? That's too much. It needs to be thinner. So let's see. And I like to prep things. So that's what I'm going to do is prep and then make a few things. So, yep. So this is what I'm going to do first. And I need to pull out my next drawer. And this will work. Yep, that'll definitely work. It's so much easier if I have something. These are really thick. That's from a folder, that's why. All right, what's that? Is that a folder? Nope, that's wrapping paper, so that should be good. I like punching stuff out, seeing what I can get done. Will that fit on there? Ooh, just. Haha. Cool. Guess I could have done it the other way. That's okay. No problem. Anything else? Yes, another one. Will that fit? It'll be a little short, but that's okay. I don't mind at all. It's nice to get a head on tags. Tags and trading cards. And I've pulled out my apple punch and my little pennant. Oh, that's a hard one. Come on. Push, 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 push. Look over here. I'm trying not to hit the camera while I'm doing this. Oh my gosh. Okay, there. See, it's a good thing I'm doing it with that. That's the same wrapping paper, huh? That's weird. That should be okay. That's just cardstock. Ooh, actually, I could do that one right in the middle and then use the negative. That's good. That's a nice negative. That's cardstock. I can do the same thing. That's a lot of work to do this. All right, any more bigger pieces? This piece, that piece. Oh, that's that folder. That's cardstock. How big is that? Yeah, I got enough of them. All right, is that big enough? Nope. That one just might make it. All right, that's gonna be too messy. All right, there. So now I think I'll start on these ones. And that'll work for this one. Guess it would be easier if I take the tape off of this. Yep. There it goes. Come on. There it goes. It was too close to the edges. That's what happens. Is that thick folder? Yeah, we'll see how that's going to work. Might not like that one. Ooh, that did it good. Alrighty. Good, good, good. Any more? There's one. Ooh, that's a folded over one. This is actually exciting to get them all done beforehand. All right, any more? There's a circle. There's that one. Oh, I'm feeling that difference. Because if I put this right in the middle, I gotta press right here. Whoops, I just moved it over. It depends on where you press it. Of course, now I just messed it up. There it goes. Alrighty. By Jove, I think we've done it. Woohoo. Come on. Push, push, push. Don't wanna, huh? There it goes. Well, we'll just stick it right in there that way. There. Voila. One more. I do it, it sticks to my finger, and then it moves. All right, so that's cool. That's quite a few tags. So that'll keep me busy for a while. Nice, and then the negatives, that'll be nice. Yep. Negatives and a negative. And big ones and little ones. Perfect. Alrighty, there's big tags and little tags. So what have you been working on lately? Alrighty, let's do some apples. This I'm gonna have to do upside down so I can see it. I love the apple. This punches so nicely. Perfect. Those are awesome. All right, what else? Oh, here's one. And the other big ones. It's definitely the season to do the apple cards. I haven't punched out apples in a while. My husband just woke up from his nappy and he's going down to cook dinner for us. He's all excited because he found some pre-cooked pork that's been flavored already. He just has to stir fry it up and put it in wraps for us. And we can add the toppings on. He loves to have wraps. I do too. It's a nice, yummy, easy dinner. And it gets us to eat more veggies too. Yep, it does. Let's do skinny. This one will work. I just got off the phone. My friend and I talked for, pretty sure it was just over an hour. It was kind of nice to catch up. Yep. Haven't talked in a little while. I love having FaceTime so that we can get on the phone and just chat with my grandkids, with my friends, with other family members. It's just so nice. Last night it was so cute. The girls, my daughters, my younger daughter called and she said, hang on, I'm going to hang up. I'll call you right back. She said, we're going to do a three-person call. So on Facebook. So she called my other daughter and the three of us were able to talk at the same time and see each other. So that was fun. I didn't know you could do that. These kids know all the tricks, though, I'm telling you. They know how to do all this crap. half the time it's because their mind is conditioned to be on the computers and do different stuff, and on their phones and do stuff. And I don't know, I don't think like that. I don't think the same way they do. We think differently. It's the age gap and what they grew up versus what we grew up with. And it's funny, I remember when they were younger, and oh gosh, we had 3 girls home because we had foster daughter too, and 3 teenagers at once, and that was back in the 80s, and we had a computer in the living room, and they would set the timer 30 minutes each. They would take turns sitting there at the computer, 30 minutes each, and they loved it. Oh my goodness, they just thought that was so cool. I think that's not going to be, I think that's going to be too thin. I'm going to try it, but we'll see. Ooh, maybe it will fit. Dude, I think so. Yes. Ooh, nice. Alrighty then. Perfect. Very good. So I got a few apples done. Yay me. That's nice. Woohoo. That's a lot of apples. I'm impressed. Apple, apple, apple. My daughter used to call them obbies when she was little. Obby. And she'd do this obby, obby, obby. And I don't know why, but she called water Alma. I don't know where she got that from. That was so funny. Alma, 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 when she'd want water. I'd say, you want water? Uh-huh, Alma. Oh, she was so cute. All kids are so cute and adorable, and then they grow up. Get their own minds. Yep. Alrighty, we got a lot of stuff there. Now, let's try some of these little tags, or pennants, whatever you want to call them. Alrighty. Get that out of the way so we're not redoing that. I'll have to use these to make a background. That would be neat. Good. Keep picking that red paper up. I don't want the red paper. I want cardstock. Gorgeous day today. Oh, such nice weather. It can be it's in the 80s here in West Virginia, and 80s in Connecticut too, but when I was talking to my friend, it was humid there. Unlike here, it's nice. We do get some humidity, but not like in Connecticut. Well, we were right on the water there too, so winter and summer, it was always humid. Yep. What? My cat has been so talkative today. Actually, the past few days, very talkative. He finally got to go down in the basement and see what was down there. And now he really likes that. He wants to go down the basement again. So every time we go towards the kitchen area, then he starts meowing away. He's like, let me go down there again. That was fun last time. I want to do it again. So these are all, these can be put right in my ready ephemera bag, and I can make stuff with it. That'll be nice. Yep. Ping. Guess I could get out my flower punch too. Punch out some more flowers. Might be a good idea. Might get 2 more out of this. Let's see. Maybe. I think so. Yep, perfect. Not too shabby. Alrighty. That's pretty paper. Yep, yep, yep. More pretty. Oh, this stuff is like washi paper. I mean, like mulberry paper. It's really hard to punch through. Here's more of this. Let's get this done. 2 along the edge. Yep. Two more. So my friend was telling me last week, and on the Connecticut roadway, there was a truck full of lumber that was in an accident, and so the road was backed up a little, and she said that her neighbor did, I don't know what she did, but she was in a vehicle that had no front on the front. It looked like a toaster. So the window, and she was working, and she was on the road anyways, and she went up and over up the hill and then down, and once she hit, and she was on the same road as this truck, and she ended up going right underneath it. So, and I guess she died immediately. That's awful. So sad. Oh my goodness, 22 years old. Wow. That's just so sad. Way too young to be dying. I can't imagine. That's just so young. It's like when my nephew died when he was 11. That's just so young. Too young to be dying. That's a lot of little thingies there. All right, let's switch up with this and let's do some flowers. Good idea. Okay, we've got these done. Got these done. I can put these back in the drawer. I'll grab a flower. Yep. Good idea. I'm gonna get a lot of stuff done here. This is nice. Yep. Okay, that's gonna be too little. This one's big enough. This is this second neighbor that has lived in the same apartment that died. That's kind of scary. Of course, it's a fluke, but that's kind of weird. Yep. She says she wants to yell to the next people that look at the apartment and say, no, don't live there. Last 2 people have died. This will be nice to have some red flowers punched out. Yep. Get that all done at once. I can't imagine. I remember my friends having their grandchildren move away when they were younger and being so sad and lonely for them. And I know my grandson, when he was 5 or 6, when he was 6, they moved from Connecticut to North Carolina. And I was sad, but I thought, oh, thank goodness we had FaceTime. And my Cody would call me. He called me every single day. He FaceTimed me every single day for years. Oh my goodness. Gotta love him. My special boy. Yep. And I would tell him, I miss your toes. And it was so cute. Oh, we would Skype first. That's what it was. We would Skype first. Yep, so because it was on the computer, we'd be on Skype. And all of a sudden, his little foot would come up in view. Because I'd tell him, I really miss your toes. I'd say, you're going to have to show me your toes whenever we talk. So right in the middle of talking, all of a sudden, his little toes would come up in the screen. And, and he'd, of course, be giggling. And I'd go, oh, I see him. I can see my favorite toes. That was so fun. Oh gosh, and he did that for so many years. He did that a lot longer than he had to, that's for sure. But he knew he could get me to giggle and laugh about it, so he did it anyways. He liked to make me happy, and that sure did. Made my day, that's for sure. Oh, it's so much fun being a grandma. Yep, it is. Been truly blessed. 3 wonderful grandchildren. They grow up so fast though. Oh my goodness. It's amazing how quickly they grow. I think I did it. Wow, I'm impressed. Alrighty dighty. That's yellow. What's that doing in here? I don't know. All right, well, heck, woohoo, let me put this back. And we have some nice stuff to play with. This is awesome. Very good. All righty, so these bits and pieces I can throw back in here, and I'll go through these later. And for now, I've got all of this stuff, which is fantastic. I'm not even going to look at this stuff yet. I'm just going to shove it in here. Probably have to throw a lot of it away, but I have some little tiny flower stamps too, or punches rather, so I can punch out even smaller flowers. But for now, this will do. This is awesome. And as you can see, I've still got a whole bunch of this to put back in here already. So you can imagine how full it was before. And this is just the bits and pieces that are left. This package was definitely filled to the rim. And that's okay, because it's all cut up now. That's nice. Yep. Ta-da. Alrighty, move that out of the way. And I've got all of these to play with. That's awesome. So I've got apples and flowers and pennants and big tags and little tags. How exciting. Isn't that neat? So check that out. That's a whole bunch. All right, so now let's make a couple of things. I want to make a couple little embellishments. This is only taking 25 minutes to do all this, so let's go ahead and make something. So I think that'll be fun. Let's see, I can make a couple of flowers. I've got that, that'll work. Do I have the volley thing? Oh, that'll work. Huh. There, that'll work, all right. I haven't done flowers like this in a while. A lot easier with a mouse pad, but this works. So I can make some little embellishments out of these, and then I can use them on cards. All right, that's good for now. Let's glue these together. Yep. Wow. I'm actually warm up here. I forgot to turn the fan on. And that's okay. All right, let's put some glue in here. Looks like a little poinsettia, doesn't it? That's cute. All righty, and I guess I can go ahead and put glue in the middle and then throw another one on top. Voila. Nope, turn around. There you go. Like that. There you go. That's better. Where's the flat eraser? This one? That's the one. All right, that works much better than the pen. Squish that in there. Put this in there, then use the pencil. Oh yeah, that works really good. Whoop. And of course, falls apart. See how good that worked? That worked so much better, didn't it? Being a smart butt. All right, oops, I need one more. Okay, let's do one more. There. Oh, I guess it's not as deep as this because this is smaller. Aha, that's why. Okay. There. Voila. It's so sad when people die. It's hard. As hard as it was for us when my little nephew died, then we were also very thankful because he was so sick. He got sick. It was a fluke. It was Thanksgiving weekend. He was complaining of headaches, and they had taken him for his checkup and everything, and he seemed to be fine. So they were like, all right, well, we got to wait till, because it's the weekend, we got to wait till Monday. So to take you back to the doctor. So they were going to wait till Monday, and then he was playing, what was it, Scrabble with the kids. The kids were all playing Scrabble, and one of the other kids came running in and said, Ryan can't spell it. He's trying to spell the word it, but he's not spelling it right. There's something wrong with him. And then he was running a fever, and they ended up taking him home because he just wasn't feeling well and he wasn't thinking properly, and he ended up having a couple seizures on the way home. And they called 911, and they met him. And then he ended up being flown over to the Children's Hospital in Florida. That's where they were living. And come to find out, he had a temperature. He had chicken pox that weren't coming out of his body. And so he was just inflamed with chicken pox, I guess. And they couldn't get his temperature down. And he ended up dying within like 24 hours. That was so sad. So upsetting. Oh my goodness, because we were not expecting it at all. Good golly, that was just so scary. But I guess he had a heart attack and a couple seizures, and wow, I guess God really wanted him. Because he took him back quick. But thank goodness he didn't have to suffer very long, because that could have been a lot worse. Alrighty. So now something for the insides of these. Let's see. I've got these gems. That'll be pretty. I'm thinking I may want to move these because they're just going to be in the way, and I'm going to keep knocking them all over. Yep. Now, for the insides of these, let's see. We've got 1, 2, 3. Are they all white or pink, blue? Okay, there's 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 6. That'll work. What other colors are there? So pretty. Aren't they neat looking? Such pretty colors. These were for my friend. She just grabbed a handful and handed them to me, and it was like, woohoo, that's cool. They're so pretty. All right, let's put them down inside here. Squeeze and squeeze. 3, come on. 4, 5, and 6. Big blob of glue. Alrighty, and then we can put these in there. Now's where I need the eraser. There, squish that down in there. Let that dry like that. That's going to be pretty. My cat's really liking how big this house is compared to our other house. We lived in a little barn-shaped house that was it just had the 2 rooms upstairs, and it had the downstairs. We had we had 1 closet in the bedroom, or 2 closets up in the bedroom rather, and 1 at the bottom of the steps. That was it for closets. And we had the kitchen dining room area downstairs and living room. It was a little dinky small house. It suited us well for years though. 30 years we lived in that house. Yep, and now we've got 3 bedrooms. Oh, no, I only had 1 bathroom. That's the part that really stunk. I always wanted a house that had more bathrooms. And now we've got 3 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms, which is really nice. We each have our own bathroom and our own bedroom. So that's nice. Yep. And the 3rd room is my crafting room, which I love. And we have a basement that we've got a little apartment set up down there too. So that's pretty cool. Alrighty, these are pretty. So now I want those to get dried. And we've got these. Maybe I'll put some of these together. It'll be prettiest to do with alternate with just one color, like black or white. That would be pretty. Or here, let's play with these first. Let's make 4 apples. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. I'm thinking that might be pretty to put a flower on it. And all red. Oh, that's pretty. That is cute. You know what? I'm going to do 6 of those. That is adorable. I like that. Haha. I may as well. Let's do that. I've never done that one before. That's pretty cool. I figured out a new embellishment. How cool is that? I like it. A flower on an apple. That's going to be pretty to put on cards. I like it, I like it, I like it. How pretty. Those are adorable. I like those. How fun. Alrighty. I'm actually impressed with that. Nice. All right, so I should have put them right up here to begin with. Let them dry over there. That's so cute. All right, now I'm wondering if I put some on here. Let's do 4. That would be cute to put the little, that would be adorable to put the apple right on top of there. What would that look like? Oh, that is really cute. Or on the bigger one. Yeah, there needs to be something else. You know, it'd be really pretty. Ooh, that just gave me an idea. That'd be pretty with white paper behind it, or ooh, something. Let's. Oh, wait. I have that brown paper. Yes, I have brown right here. Polka dot, and I've got this. That would work. I'll use this. I could make this into. So I need 6. So let's fold this into 6 and tear it out. We'll get 6 right out of this. Why not? Ta-da! There. And I'm going to go ahead and tear this. That'll be pretty. Just on 2 sides. There. Then put that on with the apple. That's pretty. I like that. All right, I'm going to do that. All righty. Nice, nice, nice. I'm just going from one to the next, to the next, to the next. Why not? Actually, maybe I'll put it down here a little bit. That is cute. I like that. Ah, check it out. I'm impressed. See, I'm just building, building, building. Why not? Okay, we've got 6 of these, so let's go for it. That is parta. Let's tear that bottom off. We'll put some glue on here. Do the same thing. That is cute. Oh, and then when I put the fiber on that, it's going to be so adorable. And this is how I usually figure out how to put embellishments together. It's just by, a lot of times, this is what happens. I just start playing like this and go, all right, that alone is adorable, but that's even cuter. And then I have the rest of this stuff sitting out, and then I think, all right, what else can I make? Instead of putting this stuff away, let's make something else. And that works. I'm impressed with how these are coming out. These are very nice. Okay, I'm going to throw this stuff away. I know, I'm going to throw it away. Imagine that. Woohoo. Barbara does throw stuff away sometimes. These are coming out cute. Fun idea for a happy hour. Little did I know, I had no idea I was going to end up making them all into embellishments, but that's okay. I just knew that I wanted to work on this red container full of red scraps because it was getting full. I like to try to stay on top of my scraps. Nice, nice, nice. Perfect. All right, I'm impressed. I really do like those. All right, I need some baggies to put those in. So let's pull out a couple bags. Put the flowers in here. And put these little pennants in here. And this is going to fill my red ephemera bag up too, which is already kind of thick anyways, isn't it? Yeah. Oh yeah. Look at, that's pretty thick already too. So, but that's okay. Okay, I need two more little bags. 1, 2. 1 and 2. And see what I do? I save these little bags. I just save all kinds of things to use them. Gotta love them. Okay, that'll fit in here with these. Voila. Put those in there. And these apples can go in here. Perfect. There. Alrighty, those are done. So now I've got these, and I want to punch the tops so that I can put fiber on them. That one's too big. I need the other one. This is the one. That's going to be pretty. Alrighty, put that back, get some fiber, and we can add this right on there. Oops, I put my other scissors. put them in here? Yes, I did. Yay me, my fabric scissors. Always works much better to use specific scissors for fabric and string and stuff. All right. There. That's pretty. I like it. I do, I do. Those are adorable. They came out nice. A new embellishment. How cool is that? I would have never thought to do a flower on an apple, which I don't know why, because there are apple blossoms. I had an apple blossom tree in my yard in Connecticut. Yes, I did. These are really cute. I like them. That is fun. So my daughter's going to come over tomorrow and pick us up, and we're going to go for a ride on Skyline Drive and just go look at the mountains and the beautiful scenery. And who knows, we just might see a bear or two. That would be nice. That's one thing we used to love about going to our timeshare in Massanutten, because we could get onto Skyline Drive and there were always, seemed like there were always bears. Except for when my older daughter went with us. We never saw a bear when the years that she came with us. I don't know why. That is just so weird. But everybody else got to see the bears, but she didn't. So that was kind of a silly family joke that we kind of laugh about. The bears used to hide from her. Those are pretty. What do you think of those? Aren't they nice? I really like the way they came out. Yes, I do. Make sure that's all pressed down good. That's nice. Alrighty. So let me hold this up closer so you can see. And put this stuff away first. There we go. And, oh, perfect timing. 50 minutes. Not too shabby. Aren't they pretty? Let me bring this over a little bit more. Pull this up, and then I'll bring it closer for you. Oh, you can see the big bloop of glue here. This one's kind of dry. Isn't that pretty? I like the way that looks. So I hope you like this idea and you'll give it a try. Pull out some of your scraps and pull out your punches. You never know what you'll come up with. Punch out a few different, pull out a couple different shapes and sizes. You can see the size difference. The tag was the biggest shape that I cut, and then the smaller tags and the apples are about the same size, and then the flowers, and then these little pendants. Just 4 different shapes or 5 different shapes. And look what I came up with for a little embellishment. So I actually impressed myself today. So I hope you like this idea and you'll give it a try. And until we meet again, happy crafting. Bye-bye.